Why not?
Sure.
Let's talk about Michael Olise. Of course, I think all of us enjoy watching him. And could we watch him a bit more closely now? Because this is a headline in L'Equipe. Now, I told you my French is not very good, and I didn't consult with Jules before this. But Jules, we know that he has been linked with a move to Real Madrid from Bayern Munich. What's the latest there? What's the likelihood of it happening?
Yeah.
Oh, look at Jules looking cool. Oh, suave like every Frenchman.
I want you to look like a Hollywood star, like Augie. So, I thought I'd
It's
borrow
because
the
Augie
glasses.
has to cover the dark circles under his eyes, but you don't have them quite as much, Jules.
Thank you. Let me take them off then. Thank you. Anytime.
Oh, yeah.
So on Olise, that front page says, I'm sure you guessed, a desire for Real Madrid. And I think very much the information in L'Equipe, which we have at ESPN FC, but slightly different, I'll come to that after, is that he wants to go to Real Madrid. The problem is, and we stay like this, is that Bayern Munich are not going to sell him this summer. Not even to Real Madrid, not even to anybody else. Not even if Real Madrid put down an offer of, 200 million euros, 230 million euros, which would make him obviously the biggest transfer fee ever. All of that, it's not going to happen. Not this summer. Next summer, probably, but not this summer. It seems like Michael Olise has a slightly different dialogue with, depending on who is asking him the question. To Real Madrid, he says, I really want to come. He discussed it with some of his French teammates who play for Real Madrid, like Kylian Mbappe or Aurélien Tchouameni. But to Bayern Munich, he seems to have said, listen, I'm happy to stay too. It's okay, Real Madrid will be there next season. At some point, I would like to play there. So it's slightly a different opinion on who he's been talking to in the last couple of days. If I had to put money down, I think he would stay at Bayern Munich because, again, I think that they would be very much against any negotiation, any discussion with Real Madrid or any other club for the future of Michael Olise, who they want to stay for at least another season.
Ale, what do you think should happen here?
Well, I just think for the credibility of a club like Bayern Munich, they have been very clear about their intent to keep Michael Olise, and that Michael Olise is going nowhere, and that they're not taking any money from anybody, and that Michael Olise is part of their present and their future. They have repeatedly said this. If they were to turn right back around and say, well, for the appropriate amount of money, we may consider it. I think it does take away from their credibility, and it also takes away, more importantly, from their sporting project. This is a team that was on the cusp of making it into a Champions League final and couldn't quite pull through, couldn't quite see it through. And part of the reason they were in that position that they were in was because of the performances of Michael Olise. Mm-hmm. If indeed their goal is winning Champions League final, then getting rid of Michael Olise doesn't get you any closer to that point. It actually gets you much further away. If you're Bayern Munich, and again, you have said repeatedly that he's not going anywhere, then you got to hang on to that as long as you possibly can. Otherwise, credibility gone.
Well, Jules, as we saw with the Kylian Mbappe saga, usually when Real Madrid wants something, it's only a matter of time before they get it. So how long do you think Bayern Munich really can hold out on this? And should a Michael Olise be Real Madrid's top target?
I can understand why they would want to sign him because of how good he is and how good he's been in this World Cup. Certainly up to the quarter-final-ish. But then let's say they sign Michael Olise, there's a point where there's not enough room for Vinicius and Bellingham and Olise and Mbappe and Adagula and, so in terms of squad construction and this team being built under Mourinho, of all people, I don't know where all the pieces would have fit. But that's another problem because I agree with Ali. I don't think he's going to move this summer. However, next summer, they can go again. They would probably go again. I think he'd be far more keen. That would leave Bayern Munich time to replace Michael Olise, to have a plan A, a plan B, in case he leaves, and to be much prepared for it than they would be now, end of July, if he was going to leave in August, for example. So for me, in a year time, we will talk about another Olise saga to Real Madrid.
All right, Julien Laurens, thank you so much, Jules, for hanging out with us. You can go give Augie back his glasses now.